Welcome to Triumph IAS. It's a daily mains practice question and answer series. This program is exclusively designed for UPSC CSE aspirants. In this video discussion, we will discuss UPSC CSE mains previous 25-year questions. Question number 1. Mention core strategies for the transformation of aspirational districts in India and explain the nature of convergence, collaboration and competition for its success. Let's start with the introduction of the answer. Under the Transformation of Aspirational Districts program, 112 districts were identified from 27 states, at least one from each state. The union government had selected these backward, aspirational districts for rapid transformation by 2022 in line with government's vision to create New India. The main body of the answer should be Number 1. Niti Aayog had selected these districts on 6 socio-economic parameters pertaining to health and nutrition, education, financial inclusion and skill development, agriculture and water resources, and basic infrastructure. Number 2. Core strategies. The Transformation of Aspirational Districts program aims to quickly and effectively transform these districts. The broad contours of the program are convergence of central and state schemes. Number 3. Collaboration of central, state-level Prabhari officers and district collectors. Competition among districts driven by a mass movement. With states as the main drivers, this program will focus on the strength of each district, identify low-hanging fruits for immediate improvement, measure progress, and rank districts. Number 4. This program is a policy priority of Government of India. Niti Aayog anchors the program with support from central ministries and the state governments. Number 5. While Niti Aayog is steering the initiative in 30 districts, various central ministries oversee 50 districts besides the Ministry of Home Affairs, which focuses on 35 left-wing extremism (LWE) affected districts. Number 6. Government will leverage public-private partnerships, PPPs, aided by technology to bring radical transformation of these aspirational districts. The conclusion of the answer is the Delta rankings aim to spur a sense of competition among dynamic teams in aspirational districts. The rankings provide for a quantitative tool to identify sectors and indicate specific challenges so that Team India, which is driving transformation of aspirational districts program, can take immediate corrective measures. Question number 2. Exercise of CAG's powers in relation to the accounts of the Union and the states is derived from Article 149 of the Indian Constitution. Discuss whether audit of the government's policy implementation could amount to overstepping its own, CAG, jurisdiction. Introduction of the answer. CAG is an independent office mandated by the Constitution of India. He is the guardian of the public purse and keeps an eye on the entire state spending of the country at both the centre and state level. Through its audits, CAG helps the Parliament, state legislatures hold their respective governments accountable. Main body of the answer. Number 1. India is fast emerging as a major hub of economic activities, and government's policies are broadening to fulfill the aspiration of development goals. Number 2. While allocating resources to various governments' ambitions or programs, there may be cases when state fails to achieve the desired objectives. Number 3. Therefore, CAG's report on government initiatives should not be seen as overstepping its own jurisdiction. Rather, it is a check and balance exercise performed by CAG, which is one of the duties CAG is entrusted with. Number 4. As it can be observed, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, in the Constituent Assembly debate, said that the CAG is a more important constitutional functionary than the judiciary itself. Therefore, activities that the CAG performs, may it be the propriety, performance evaluations, and so on, are clearly well within its ambit. Number 5. The present constitutional structure ensures independence of the CAG to go into the entire gamut of audit functions where public interest is involved. Number 6. However, on many occasions the CAG's reports were not being presented to the legislatures concerned on time, which clearly undermines the constitutional system, impeding the accountability of the executive to the legislature. Conclusion of the answer is: being one of the bulwarks of Indian democracy, it is paramount to ensure the independence of the office of CAG for effective functioning of this important institution. Question number 3. Cross-border movement of insurgents is only one of the several security challenges facing the policing of the border in northeast India. Examine the various challenges currently emanating across the India-Myanmar border. Also, discuss the steps to counter the challenges. Introduction of the answer. The northeast region, with 99% of its boundary being international border, the problems and peculiarities are even more accentuated. The region has a long international border of 5,182 kilometers. These states have international border with China, 1,395 kilometers, Bhutan, 455 kilometers, Myanmar, 1,640 kilometers, Bangladesh, 1,596 kilometers, and Nepal, 97 kilometers. The main body of the answer is: Number 1. Besides cross-border movement of insurgents, rampant gun running and drug trafficking are other significant security challenges emanating across the India-Myanmar border. Number 2. The Indian insurgent groups have been procuring arms from the black markets of Southeast Asia as well as from Myanmar-based rebel groups such as the United WA State Army, UWSA. Number 3. While the bulk of the weapons from Thailand and Cambodia are smuggled through the sea route, some of them are also smuggled overland through the India-Myanmar border with the help of Chin and Arakanese insurgents. Number 4. Proximity to Myanmar in the Golden Triangle makes the India-Myanmar border vulnerable to trafficking of heroin and amphetamine-type stimulants, ATS, produced in Myanmar. Number 5. These narcotics are trafficked into India through the states of Mizoram, Manipur, and Nagaland from Bhamo, Lasho, and Mandalay. The approach, as employed by the government towards border management, is categorized into 3 essential processes. Number 1. Guarding the borders. Number 2. Regulation of the borders. Number 3. Development of border areas. The conclusion of the answer is: India kept vigil along the Myanmar border by deploying additional army troops to reinforce the Assam Rifles companies there.